haven't done this in a while. Today is Thursday, November 11th, 2021. And welcome to the Opochtli podcast experience. I'm actually on my way to work. I forgot my clown costume, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go have to be a clown at work, so I should have brought my clown costume. Anyways, what's up, guys? What up? I hope everyone has been doing well. I know I haven't done a lot of these lately, and I know I haven't really been keeping a consistent schedule, and kind of just do these, when I feel in a good mood and when I have the opportunity. So I don't know, maybe if I was able to have freedom in the future, I can do more things, hang out with friends, exercise, yada yada. But right now, most of the money I'm getting right now is because I'm exchanging the value that I can provide on my time. So I'm exchanging my time for money, right? And the amount of money I can accumulate is based on my value, subtracting the minority discount, because of course I have to make less just because simply for the fact that I'm a minority, right? And I've realized this lately, because I just realized that I've been getting underpaid for about 5 years, well, maybe 4 years. I was making substantially less than my white counterparts for doing more work, right? So I was assigned more duties, more responsibilities, had more expectations, while making substantially less money. We're talking maybe like 30% less, 20% less, 10% less. Everyone was making more money, and now, as a sorry, I had to let this guy come through. But yeah, now, sorry, I need to get my focus on the road for a second. But yeah, anyways, I lost my train of thought, but, well, yeah, I was making less money than everyone else, and now that I came to that realization, it's just disgusting. I don't want to be there. There's a new guy at work, and I love the guy, and I'm not making that much more money than him, and I have a lot more experience in the field. I have the same, if not a little bit more education than him. I have more certificates than him, and the fact that he could have gotten the job and getting paid substantially, more money than I did when I started, in a higher role even. So I just don't get it. I don't understand how I can be in, such a low tax bracket and then get easily lowballed, and I just go with it because, I don't plan to be there for very long. I've been planning on quitting. The only thing that stopped me was the fact that we transitioned to working from home because of COVID. And now we're actually the only fucking department in the entire fucking company, it seems like, who actually goes into the office, you know, because we have like a new director, you know, who's acting like a dictator, you know, and he has a very old school way of thinking. But I lost a lot of respect for him over the last couple of weeks. You know, when he first started, you know, he had the type of management personality that, you know, I can work with, right? He's very direct, you know, straightforward, you know, and get shit done kind of attitude, which I like. You know, that's kind of, you know, how I approach work in a lot of ways. But, you know, now he's getting to the point where he micromanages a lot of things, and he, you know, pushes his agenda, very closed-minded, unwilling to work with you. You know, like, give you one example. I asked to work an earlier shift, you know, and I asked 7:30. You know, I felt like I had seniority at the time, and everyone else, you know, was, you know, picking when they could come in, picking when they leave, do whatever they want, you know, and me busting my ass, giving it 120%, you know, doing substantially more work than I had to, you know, and then coming to the realization that this company was getting a lot of value for their money when it came to paying my salary. And, you know, this was over many years, you know, this wasn't just, you know, just 1 year, whatever, you know, whatever, you know, like, I felt like it was, you know, because I was getting paid a lot more than a lot of other companies had given me at the time, you know, and even though I was living paycheck to paycheck, even though this company got me into crippling debt because of how they approached recruiting me. You know, I probably talked about this on a previous podcast, but they basically gave me an offer, you know, while I was transitioning into getting a hold on, there's a car accident over here, almost where I lost my life, and oh shit, there's only one car in the scene here. He left. There's no one in there. I don't know if it was like a hit and run or what's going on there, but that's bizarre. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping something happens really soon, you know. Something where, you know, I can take a risk to do something that I would enjoy substantially more than the 9-to-5 grind. Oh yeah, but I didn't finish telling my story. So, you know, I asked for a morning shift, and you know, they asked what I wanted. It was 7:30, you know, but in his head, you know, all he heard was 7, you know. So for him, it just became 7. So even though 7, and it's only a half an hour difference, you know, I asked for those 30 minutes specifically for a reason, right? But in his old mind, you know, it was 7, and, you know, he was like, okay, so give you some context. So I was coming in like at 9, you know, but I was so fucking pissed because they put me on the schedule that I fucking hated. They knew I hated, and that I had already worked like 3 fucking years for, you know, till that point. And, you know, and then I started working evenings, which was great because then I didn't have to deal with a lot of people in the corporate office, which aren't a pain in the ass in their own right, because they just have been there for so long, and it's been a culture of, hey, where's my bitch? Have them do this, you know, have them do that. There's no structure in that company. And, you know, I've been quintessential in creating a better atmosphere, but I just don't think I get a lot of credit for doing that, and I don't get a lot of respect either. Anyways, what I'm getting at is, I asked for 7 o'clock, 7:30, but in his old mind he heard 7, There's just some stupid drivers. Focus for a second, but yeah, and so he just ran with it, even though I asked for 7:30. So, and at that point we didn't really have and we still really don't have that kind of relationship at this point. So I didn't, he was that's at 7:30. Oh wait, so I don't know if I gave you the context. So I was pretty burnt out. They had me working this 9 to 5. From working the swing shift to a 9 to 5, which kind of cuts down on your morning and cuts down on your evening, and I fucking hated it. And it's the perfect schedule for that job because it basically puts me in the most busiest time, right? And it basically makes it so a lot of times I'm kind of assumed or pressured into coming early to help out, and then I'm kind of last one out of the office, I'm kind of pressured to stay in because there's no one fucking left and people need shit done. So I was just fucking fuming, I was at the point where I didn't care if they fired me, I was coming in half an hour late, an hour late. I wasn't telling them I was coming in late. I was just waking up. I didn't set an alarm. I would just wake up whenever I woke up, get ready if that was 11, whatever, and it got to the point where, he just got sick of it, being a military-minded guy. It's like, you have to be there exactly at blah, 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 blah. So with that said, whatever. They asked me what was going on because, they liked the work I was doing. But of course, it was unacceptable. I was coming in late from the bullshit schedule they assigned me. So anyways, they asked me how they can make it better. I told them that, hey, you can give me a fucking earlier schedule, accommodate my fucking work-life balance for once in our fucking business relationship. And so they were like, all right, 7:30. Right? So I was like, okay, 7:30. So he's like, that sounds 7. So 7 o'clock it was, right? And I was pissed because, those 30 minutes might not seem a lot to you, but to a Latino man who has to get ready, shower every morning, regardless of how I feel, that's just how I am. And those 30 minutes mean a lot, especially right now when I have younger dogs and I'm not able to. That's another reason I'm pissed off, because I'm not able to work from home to be with them. And I have to spend my time with toxic, annoying baby boomers in the office that rant all fucking day, don't get any shit done, have all my pet peeves, yada yada yada, and I'm just fucking sick of it. What else can I say? But yeah, so anyways, I really struggled to keep that 7 o'clock schedule, but on top of that, I was kind of put myself in the mindset, well, I'm just gonna outwork these guys. So I put in long ass hours. I'm talking about maybe working, 10 to 12 hour shifts for 6 days a week, right? And, I did this for like a month. So in the meantime, my dictator director was out of the office. He was on a resort with the rest of the executives. Yada, 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 so... So during that time, I was like, okay, well, I'm safe, I'll be a little, because my manager's kind of cool about me being flexible with my schedule, because he knows I get a lot more, I'm a lot more productive than, maybe I put in as much production as three of the boomers, if not more, and I'm probably capable of doing more if I wanted to, if I wanted to focus in for fucking however many hours of the week I work. So, but, you gotta kind of limit yourself, unless I'm, gonna die before I even hit 30. But anyways, yeah, I really struggled to hit that 7 a.m. mark. It was just too early. Like, I was always making it at 7:30, so I was always like 30 minutes late. But that was like what I had accounted for. I knew this was going to be a big transition for me. That's why I specifically had asked for 7:30. And lo and behold, you know, he pulled a report. He's like, "Oh, you've been fucking late. Doesn't fucking matter that you put in so many hours. Doesn't matter that you cut our fucking ticket count in half. It doesn't matter that you're killing metrics. You're doing things that are humanly impossible." You know, by his words, whatever I did was a scam because it's not humanly possible, right? When in reality, people are just fucking lazy, you know. And anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. So yeah, he and that's when I lost my respect for him. Sorry, that was a really long ass story. I know it was, to basically tell you that that's when I lost my respect for him, because you know, he wanted to instill fear in me. So to do that, he wrote me up. You know, in this company, they don't really fucking do this much because, you know, they're not really, you know, a professional company. And I think that's why there's a lot of executive change lately, because this company really needs to go in a totally different direction if it's going to remain profitable and relevant in the long run with the way technology is advancing, AI is advancing. My company might not be around, you know, in the next 5-10 years if we don't get our shit together. And I think that's why we're getting a bunch of new executives. We're rebranding. We're completely transforming the company. And, you know, it might be a good thing for all I know. It might be a really bad thing. But I am not sold. I'm not sold on being loyal here for the long run. If a company came to me with slightly better benefits, maybe even the same amount of money, you know, I might swing over, just looking for a change, because I know how busy this job is. I know how much I've been overworked the last year, and you know, that was the needle. You know, that was the pinnacle. That was the last straw. You know, I guess you could say, was when I was written up because I was for my tardiness, regardless of the amount of production that I did, the amount of extra work that I didn't have to do, you know. And, you know, that's just my personality. I'm not going to brag about it. I'm not going to tell them what I did. You know, they have the stats. They know the numbers. They know what other people did and what I did. And they don't go through the grind, so they don't have that perspective. They don't know what it's like to deal with the customer and to have to fix problems, because to them it's just easy. You know, they just ask, you know, they just tell away. But yeah, so I'm written up, you know, and supposedly it's not going to go on my record, blah blah blah. But nah, you know, it's just not a leadership quality that I appreciate. Like, there's totally a different way that could have been approached, and that definitely was not it. But anyways, I'm here at work. It's so crazy to see, like, the new leadership going on under everyone's noses, and I don't know. Hopefully Shiba Inu takes off, or GameStop, or GME, or something. There's a market holiday, so there's no settlements today. Market is open. I don't know if there's going to be anything. You know, I know Tesla, Elon Musk is going to sell all his Tesla stock, and that's going to, you know, drive the market down in a lot of ways, because a lot of people who have positions in said stock, Tesla, are gonna lose a lot of money with this sell-off. And what's gonna happen is they're gonna have to sell off a lot of their margins on other stocks, which obviously drives the market down. So no bueno for sure. But yeah, I'm so dreading being here. The parking lot is empty because no one wants to come here for fucking good reason. Oh, and fucking to add fucking fuel to the fire, on top of having to come to work this piece of shit place. Oh my God. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and if you guys are listening, I do appreciate it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk this one, but yeah, have a good day.